I like the idea of Vienna because it's a city that is full of cliches, including things like their love of cafes and cakes, and of course the incredible ball season, which happens just after Christmas, and it didn't let me down. I had two visits. One was a summer one, where I showed tourism, and also to show people at their summer houses, first by the river and then by their allotment houses. And then I went again in the winter to do the ball season, which is very specifically done in the winter. And of course cakes run through both seasons, summer and winter. They're just universal. There's no escaping from those delicious Viennese cakes. I always like to start with cliches and then subvert them and explore them, and you know, I don't shy away from them. They're the thing that I'm first looking for, to find evidence of whether that really exists, and then you can make your own language within that sort of parameter. Let's have a look at some of the pictures that we have. See, rather a lot here. So most of these are going to be rejected, by the way, I hasten to add. That's in. That's in. That obviously is in. So first, you know, you go through on the screen and you make prints of everything. You do one initial edit, and then I do the final and most important edit from the prints. And the ones, if they've got a caption on the back, means they've gone onto the Magnum site. And then I would create a light box from that to make a final edit to show to the gallery and make a proposal. So that's how it works. So it's many layers of editing. I have ongoing series like people dancing, tourism, and what I've been able to do with Vienna is add to that series, and then they can be something in their own right, but they also go to the big pot of the archive and can be pulled out at later dates to be included in other projects. I'm still a very nosy person. I like to explore. You go to these events and you know, although you're in the middle of what's going on in the event, you're not part of that event. You've still got an outsider's eye, if you like, and particularly so because I'm not from Austria, so I don't speak German, I don't understand what people are saying. But you know, you're there to sort of, if you like, capture a sort of sense of your immediate and spontaneous involvement. It's the greatest pleasure in the world for me, is to take my camera, go to a new place and find out what's going on and take photographs to record that. I'm interested by sort of good taste and bad taste. I like the contradictions. Part of my job as a photographer is to show the ambiguities and contradictions in modern life, and that includes those two aspects of taste. But I like bad taste as much as I like good taste. I like high culture and low culture, and photography can operate very well within those parameters, so it's the perfect vehicle to express my ideas. Fundamentally, you know, I like photographing people and I like seeing what they do, and they're never dull. I mean, they're always interesting. But at the same time, I'm not doing PR pictures. You know, I want to introduce an element of mischief. I want to show the contradictions that you find in modern society. You know, things are very complicated, so I don't want to be simplistic in my representation. I like the fact that the pictures I took in the 80s look like the 80s, and therefore they're frozen in that decade. That's one of the great values of documentary photography. You're trying to create, sort of, if you like, interesting photographs, but at the same time you have the inherent value of the documentary aspect of the work you do. Those two things are quite important, and they can run parallel to each other. I've been doing autoportrait for over 30 years now, and I've explored the different ways in which people have had their portraits taken, both in studios and on the beach or in different scenarios. And in that time, we've gone from being a world of film to a world of digital, so that's been a huge shift. And the other thing that's happened in this 30-year period is I've got a lot older, so these photos very accurately show how I've declined and got old in this period.
And do you like schnitzel, Martin?
Not really, no. Too fatty.
You gotta cut that out.